Welcome back. Now, while workers in Edo State are celebrating the news of the increase in their salaries, the organized labor is set for a showdown with the Kaduna state government over the introduction of a fresh verification exercise that will compel civil servants to fill forms to indicate whether or not they want to be members of the Nigerian Labour Congress or Trade Union Congress. NLC President Ayuba Waba and his trade union counterpart Bobai Kegama said that the new screening exercise is against International Labour Organization's Convention on Rights of Workers and also a deliberate measure to destabilize unionism in the state's public service.
Hardly a pleasant sound from the labor unions. This time, it's a gathering of the Nigeria Labour Congress, NLC, and the Trade Union Congress, TUC, for a matter with the Kaduna state government. The matter at hand is the introduction of a second round of verification exercise to authenticate civil servants. And of particular interest to the unions is a clause on the form.
You have a provision to ask a worker whether he wants to belong to a union or not. That in itself, by ILO standards and by our national laws, is interference, because unions are supposed to be independent organizations. If you do verification at the level of employer, certainly it cannot also be imposed on the unions, because the unions are supposed to be independent organization of workers.
And this form is brought up without the consent of the representative of Kaduna workers.
The senior special advisor of media to the state government attempts to clear the air and says the matter had been discussed before now.
It was agreed that the NLC will submit a position paper on two issues. And both sides also agreed to review the union membership issue once the forms are returned by workers and the data comply. The submission of the NLC is being awaited to advance the outcome of a meeting that was held in an atmosphere of cordiality and mutual respect.
The workers have agreed to meet by Wednesday to take a definite stand on their next line of action. Until then, they vow not to sign the controversial form.
The Emir of Kano, Alhaji Muhammadu Sanusi, has asked the federal government to come up with policies that will compel its agencies, institutions and the citizens to give maximum priority to patronizing locally made products. At the commissioning of the remodeled Secretariat of the Kaduna Chamber of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture, the Emir, who is the former CBN governor, identified the over-dependence on imported foreign-made products as responsible for the collapse of Nigeria's industrial sector.
There needs to be a clear cultural change and attitudinal change where people begin to recognize that perhaps if we tried to move towards local production, we create demand for local goods and demand for local industries and markets for them. And we need to be able to understand the linkages between this taste in everything foreign and what is happening in the industry. On the one hand, we want to have jobs. On the other hand, we want to import textiles from China. Now, if you're importing textiles from China and not buying textiles produced in Nigeria, how do you create jobs in the textiles industry in Kaduna? So people need to understand that link and that connection from leadership to the social leadership, traditional leadership, religious leadership. Other parts of the world have done that, and I think that level of education and awareness would complement economic policies. We can't just have economic policies in a social and communications vacuum. There has to be the right communication, the right culture, the right attitude.
Emir of Kano, Muhammadu Sanusi. Now, the Nasarawa state government has flagged off the provision of effective healthcare services to the people of Udeni Magaji in Urege development area of the state. The state governor, Tanko Almakura, while sympathizing with the affected persons during a visit to ascertain the level of destruction in the village, assured them that the mobile clinic will remain in the area until their primary healthcare center, destroyed during the crisis, is put back in shape. Now, Governor Almakura also lamented the abandoned general hospital in another local government area.
This is the aftermath of a crisis that broke out between farmers and the Fulani herdsmen in Odeni Magaji Odege development area of Nasarawa state. Although security personnel have been deployed, normalcy is yet to return to the area. Residents are returning to pick up the pieces of their lives. Governor Tanko Almakura is visiting the community to see the level of destruction. He also distributes relief materials and offers a mobile clinic and health personnel to attend to their needs.
And advise the people of this community to take care of this comprehensive hospital on wheel. It is your property. It is something that will be a stopgap for the next 1 month to provide you with medical services, while the Ministry of Health will expedite action on putting back your primary health care center.
Governor Almakura gives an assurance that the government is intensifying effort to bring back normalcy to the area. The governor's visit to Udege paid off in other ways as he discovered a general hospital in Agbashi village, a K development area, and is disappointed at the sight that greets him. The hospital has been abandoned for over 2 years.
Not a primary health center, it's not a comprehensive health center, it's a general hospital. I cannot allow this.
He walks in to see what the state of the hospital is like. He is disappointed with what he has seen.
They're taking blood pressure. It's not the history. They have history machine here.
Governor Almakura promises to investigate the matter.
I'm surprised. Alas, it is a general hospital that is supposed to have more than 50 beds, and I feel very, very embarrassed. I consider it recklessly irresponsible that such an edifice that is supposed to service the people has been left without any effort to bring it to use.
Governor Tanko Almakura's dream is that normalcy returns to the affected areas so that the government can concentrate on delivering on its promises to provide the basic necessities of life and much more to the people.
That's it on News Across Nigeria. Thank you so much for watching. I'm Jackie Rogers. Bye for now.